What's going on, guys? Adam from Gotta Watch 'Em All. This is episode 43. Ken, how's it going?
It's awesome, dude. You did the intro again. That's awesome. What's happening, man? How are you?
Doing good, doing good. It's been a crazy week. Lots of news. Lots of exciting news.
Well, let's first put a disclaimer at the beginning of this episode. So it's been a few weeks since we've had an episode of Gotta Watch 'Em All. This is why. So we had very ambitious plans to make this a video podcast show where we would kind of, as we were covering the news, we would have a video element to it, and then we would do a watch along kind of like Mystery Science Theater style, where we would watch along with the episode in video format and then, of course, still maintain the audio format. So we had two complete epic fails with attempting to record this. So every week we've been trying to get something out, and it just hasn't worked out for us. So we're back to a good old audio format, and we're getting this sucker out this time.
Finally, geez.
Dude, I know.
I'm like, I kept thinking, because I'm in the background, because, you know, Ken handles he's got all the footage, all the editing stuff, and I've been just like waiting for it to like be published, and I haven't seen anything.
Dude, it's not where it needs to be. So I'd rather hold out and figure it all out with, you know, the tech and the gear to make it what it should be before just getting it out there. I don't know. I'm a little bit of a freak with that, but
yeah. If you guys have any tips, please let us know. Email us.
Got any HD 1080p 60 frame webcams laying around? Hook it up. But no, today is Thursday, April 19th, 2018. You're going to be hearing this in a couple days. And I want to do a little bit of housekeeping first. I want to plug our Patreon, patreon.com/gottawatchemall. And I want to say what's up to our patrons. We've got a bunch of people on there already, and we really do appreciate it. And we would appreciate if you were to take a look at our Patreon and check it out. We have some pretty modest goals up there, and we're just looking to get the community involved. And in time, we're going to be doing some really cool exclusive Patreon stuff. Specifically and exclusively for our patrons. So take a few minutes to check that out. We would greatly appreciate it. I'll link to it in the description. On this podcast, we're going to be covering Pokemon in all its forms before chronicling and discussing each episode of the anime, starting all the way back at episode number 1. We're currently up to episode 43, which we'll get to at the end of the episode today. But first, there's been so much going on in the world of Pokemon GO. I just want to recap the last couple weeks, Adam, because it's been so nuts. It's almost cliche, but Pokemon GO just keeps getting better and better and better. They're just doing things right, and the momentum of the game is like pretty much at an all-time high, and it's like unstoppable right now. Yeah,
even with their recent email that they just sent out, you know, they asked how they've been doing with community days, and they've asked like, hey, what can we do to make it better?
No, it's great. They're so engaged with the community, and they're just pumping out events like nonstop, and it's keeping the player base exceptionally engaged. It's awesome.
When they asked what Pokemon they wanted to see, I was like, the only answer that really matters is Delibird.
I was gonna say, let me guess. But no, that would actually be really cool. So,
well, for Christmas, I mean,
yeah. No, but if they were to do some kind of like, you know, voting system that you could vote the next Pokemon for Community Day, that would be great. But what we're talking about here is the monthly event for Pokemon GO called Community Day, where they feature one specific Pokemon. This past week, they had one featuring Mareep, and you could capture the shiny Mareep and ultimately evolve up through the shiny line. And it was a lot of fun, and, you know, those days are super exhausting, and they just announced the next one, which is Saturday, May 19th, and it's Charmander, which means
Charizard.
Dude, shiny Charizard is going to be in the game. This is probably just the coolest looking Gen 1 shiny out there. I have to say, it's the best colorway I've seen, and Charizard just looks so tough in shiny form. I'm so psyched to be able to get my hands on one.
And this is the Pokemon. Like, I expect everybody to be out for this event.
Yeah, this is my son's favorite. It's going to be awesome.
Because Mareep's kind of like, you know, I might like it, I might not. But Charizard, what? Yeah, everybody loves Charizard.
It's going to be big. It's going to be really big. And I mean, these community days have just been growing and growing. And my group is going to be renting a 12-passenger van for a community day. And we're going to be blasting raids all morning and super grinding during the community day window and, you know, finishing the day out with some more raiding. So it's I guess you could say things are getting pretty serious.
It's about to get real.
But we also had the release of the research system in game, which pretty much flipped the entire game on its head, where we now have two types of research in the game that they're like these quest systems. One called field research, one called special research. The special research will ultimately lead you to Mew. It's kind of like a little storyline. And the field research are daily grinding tasks that you can get like little rewards for and ultimately unlock Pokemon. It's the greatest thing ever. We've talked about this in depth on our other podcast, Lured Up. And if you want to hear more information on how this research system works, definitely go check out Lured Up. But Adam, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. This is probably the single-handedly the best update to hit Pokemon Go since its launch.
The best. Awesome. I even did a hashtag Find Mew video because I was so excited about Mew.
Dude, we've been wanting Mew from the beginning of Pokemon Go.
Since day one.
Yeah, that's always been like, one of those Pokemon that there's no way not to like Mew, and there's no way that you're not going to want it. And they just they done good with that whole research system.
And they put it behind like a pretty challenging, tasks. So it's like Ditto for me took over a week to find. So I mean,
no, the people were
the struggle's real.
No, it was awesome. They did a really good job with that. And we also just had the Canto celebration event where pretty much 99% of the spawns were Gen 1. It had double candy. It had all this stuff going on. And they've just been pumping these updates out and pumping these events out. And, you go through withdrawal. Like right now we're in a little bit of a lull. But, before we know it, we're going to have another legendary raid boss rotation. And, it's going to be madness again, and Community Day will be back. I know.
Awesome. As soon as that event ended, I'm like, all the spawns are back to Ladybug and Spinnerack. Oh, great!
I know. I actually welcomed that stuff back because I wanted a little diversity, but I definitely missed the double candy for sure. But like I said, if you want to hear more in-depth coverage of Pokemon Go, check out our other podcast, Lured Up. It's on a separate feed now. All right, Adam, let's jump over to your realm and talk about some TCG stuff. Ultra Prism is still proving to be a very high demand set. Some of the coolest artwork I've seen in a long time. And when
the gold secret rares are going for some serious cash right now.
Yeah, so Pokemon.com, they put out an article showing, kind of highlighting some of these secret rares. And you have the rainbow, the rainbow foil kind of full arts, which are just stunning, the Ultra Beast ones. But then, these all gold, they're just awesome. These trainers are amazing. I'll link to it in the description, but there's a Lunala and Solgaleo GX card that these cards are, like the art style on them is so incredibly simplistic, but so stunning, like so striking. I don't know, man. I'm obsessed with these cards.
Listen, I bought a box and I got one hyper rare and I didn't see any of this gold stuff. Yeah. I'm super jelly.
Yeah, and these Ultra Beast cards look awesome too. I mean, any of these rainbow rares, like I have, we have the Mewtwo, rainbow rare that you gave us, and we have the Ho-Oh, and we've got a couple of these, and they're striking cards, man. And if I had these cards, I don't even know if I could handle playing with them. I'd be like, I don't want to mess them up.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, online it's okay. Because it's online. I'm not ruining the cards. I can trade them, and they're like PSA 10.
No, but there is something special about playing someone who's got like a swagged out deck like that, where everything is full art and everything is like crispy and in its most rare form.
I will say I'm guilty of that.
I can only go as far as having like the reverse hollow, the alternate. Oh man! But
sometimes it's a toss up of like, is the McDonald's promo or the Shattered Glass promo more rare, or is the Toys R Us one more rare?
Dude, it's
what bad. Do I play?
Forbidden Light is coming soon. It's going to probably be here before we know it. It's coming out on May 4th. So
the pre-releases are going on this weekend.
Yeah. So something interesting. Now that you mentioned pre-release, I'm seeing on GameStop.com. You can now order at GameStop the pre-release kit, the actual little bundle that you would get if you attended a pre-release event that's going to have the foil stamped pre-release card and, the whole little slider box and everything. Yeah, I think it has 4 boosters inside, right?
Yep.
It comes with the energy pack and like, I guess a base set of something like 20 cards. So you can make that shortened deck when you go to these pre-release events. But I was always bummed out because my local spot they hold these events on Saturdays, and I used to have Saturdays off. Now I work every Saturday, so I can never make these events, and I'll call up the owner and be like, yo, can you, put one aside for me? I'll pick up the kit. And he's like, dude, we're overflowing with registrations. So it's like these pre-release events, they sell out in my area. And so I can never get my hands on these boxes. So I'm pretty psyched about being able to get my hands on the Forbidden Light one, because I'm just going to pre-order it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think I'll do the same, because I don't think I'll be able to get to one.
The Forbidden Light, the landing page that Pokemon put together for Forbidden Light is so awesome. The art style of these cards, again, follows that same premise of Ultra Prism, where they're very, very loud, and it's like a combination of hand-drawn looking art with some heavy-duty, computer-generated art. And I don't know, for me, when you have that combination, it makes for some really, really cool-looking stuff. Yeah. But we've kind of been guilty of, kind of talking down the TCG a bit with how the machine never stops with releasing cards, and where, it could put you in the broke house, real quick, because it's so hard to keep up. And bouncing, in the opposite direction of that, I really appreciate and like what Pokemon.com did here. They put together an article called A Bite on a Budget. And what they do is they take a Ultra Prism based deck that could be built, and it doesn't include any of these cards that are going to be, $30-$40 for a single card. This is probably a deck you could put together for,
this is like 2 structure decks put together.
Yeah, like $20-$30 tops, to get your hands on everything. It's based around Garchomp, Gabite, and Lucario. But there's 2 Alolan Vulpix, a couple Riolos in there, and some Gibbles in there. And the trainers are based off of Cynthia, Howe, and Lily. So this is a very reasonable deck that, if you're trying to, like, I had the hardest time building a deck out, because I went from not having a deck to wanting to build, the world-class level Volcanion deck, which, has cards in there that are $40-$50 a pop. And it's like, it's impossible to practically put this thing together unless you're going to go off the deep end, with your budget. And this is a deck that could be super appealing, because, you could probably put this thing together pretty easily and get these cards at a game shop, pretty inexpensive, and put this deck together no problem. So kudos to Pokemon for thinking this way, because the TCG can be pretty intimidating when it comes to people being scared of the volume of product, because it's just like an onslaught. The stuff just doesn't stop coming out.
Yeah, there's constantly promos being thrown at us.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of new boxes out there. I love the boxes that come with figures and, stuff like that. And
yeah, I just shared a Legendary Beast one. It's like there's a Raikou GX one. Like, I'm just like, oh, it's overwhelming.
It's cool to have options like this where you can put together an inexpensive deck and, get out to these events and play, and, be able to hang and not have to worry about, having a deck full of full arts, or, a deck of 60 cards that could, cost you $200 or $300. This is way more practical. All right, jumping over to the video games. Pokkén Tournament DLC pack number 2 is now available. This was the Blastoise one. So I actually have not played Pokkén Tournament DX. I've only played this on the Wii U, and I continue to play it on the Wii U because I play with my son. So I have not done any of the DLC packs for DX, and looking at some of these screenshots here of Blastoise in action, like with the Hydro Pump, just looks so awesome that I'm like, dude, I might have to, just for Blastoise, I might have to get this on Switch just so I can use Hydro Pump. But the other kicker is, when these DLC packs came out, it was like, dude, this is really, it's Aegislash and, and Blastoise, 1 Pokemon each. So it's like, it didn't seem to have like high value. But with this one, with the Blastoise pack, the support Pokemon are Mew and Celebi. And it's like, yo, that's worth the price of admission right there. Is just give me, even though I can only use them maybe once or twice a match, it's like, I don't care. I want Mew on screen as much as possible. So it's, I think I'm going to have to acquire this on Switch.
Yeah, I've only played it on the Wii U. So, I mean, it's not enough to get me back into it.
Look how cute Celebi is.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
But I'll wait till it comes to us in Pokemon Go. I can wait.
Oh yeah, well that hopefully it'll be the next special research that follows Mew. All right, so this came out of nowhere. Pokemon makes an official announcement that they're releasing a new Pokemon. This is Pokedex number 807. And everyone, let's say this incorrectly, because this is what Pokemon loves to do to people, is to give their Pokemon weird spellings that could be pronounced 500 different ways. So I'm going to take a shot at this one and say Zerora? I think
Zerora.
that's Zerora.
Zerora.
It's Z-E-R.
It's a thunderclap Pokemon.
A-O-R-A. Zerora. Yeah, the thunderclap Pokemon, which is pretty cool. It's 4'11", which is, big when you think about the, relative size of most Pokemon. Like, this is, like Greninja, Lucario style, like just like some dude walking next to you. They say in the description on Pokemon.com that this is a mythical Pokemon, and it appears like a thunderbolt. This Pokemon creates a powerful magnetic field by emitting strong electrical currents from the pads on its hands and feet. It can use this magnetic field to levitate and move through the air at high speed. Its max speed is said to be about the same as that of a lightning strike. So this is no joke, dude. It seems like, they're really pumping this, and it's so crazy that in this part of the life cycle of the Sun and Moon and Gen 7 that they're still pumping out new Pokemon. Like, this was very surprising. Like, what do you think of this? Is this normal?
I guess. I mean, didn't they do this with like Heatran?
Was that a late release too? Like
I
late
think
in
so.
the life? But that was...
Or Magurnia? I don't know how to say
yeah,
that.
yeah. You know what? You're totally right. Magurnia was well after. Even Marshadow was kind of late. You know what I mean? But
yep.
But Magurnia came out before Sun and Moon, right? Like that's...
I'm not sure.
I'll have to check on that Pokedex number, but it's interesting and just cool that they're still pumping out new Pokemon. And it's crazy looking at, when I looked up the Dex number of this, I was like, I cannot believe they're up to 807. This is insane. So cool. They need to do an 807 Pokemon Pokerap. That's what I'm saying. They
got a Zerora. Zoroark.
Zerora. Yeah, they love doing that to us. They just make us want to talk stupid.
Zerora. I don't know. It's those three Pokemon.
Continuing on the video games, the Pokemon Global Link is in mid-season and still pumping out stuff. If you took part in the Sinnoh Classic we talked about on the last episode, you can now pick up your prizes for that. And the Kalos Classic is currently going. So they've switched it up, moved it over to Kalos. If Rating Battle Season number 9 is still going on, that's actually going through mid-May. And if you took part in the International Challenge for March, you can pick up your prize now as well. So there's a really cool calendar of events that they have on the Global Link website. I'll post a link in the description that you can kind of get a global eye view of what's going on and what you could be eligible for. And it breaks it out really nice between online competitions and, distributions or live competitions and things like that. So it breaks it out really. It's all color coded. So if you want to get involved, if you're engaged in these games or you want to become more engaged in the handheld games and in the core canon of Pokemon, check out the Global Link website, register, and you can get involved with this stuff and get cool rewards. So, and if you want to be competitive, this is your entryway on how to do it, is doing these little events like this. I don't know. I got to get my weight up with the 3DS games, man. I've been so addicted to Pokemon Go. It's crazy. This is why core Pokemon fans, like a lot of fans that have been in Pokemon for a long time and are very, very connected and religious with the 3DS games, have resentment for Pokemon Go players, because it's like it's all Pokemon Go or nothing.
Yeah, it is. It's like I never went through the whole IV training or EV training or anything like that. Like, I don't know any of that.
No, I don't either. I've never experienced any of that end game. And from what I understand, that's where these games come to life, because that's where, if you want to be competitive, you can start dialing up your squad and, producing the best team possible, the most efficient team. And I just never got there, man. It's like I've totally slacked. I've been a bad trainer.
I know.
All right, moving on to something a little bit more positive. Let's talk about teddy bears. Pokemon
Teddy
Center.
Ursa?
Teddy Ursa. No. Well, actually, I think they did come out with one, but I'm a sucker for PokemonCenter.com, and I'm a sucker for cute animal-looking things, and they have a lit-in line that is worth discussing because the design and artwork in this set is so fantastic. I'm in love with it. So there's a t-shirt, a hat, hoodie, and a blanket, playmat, a couple pins in this set. If you look at the t-shirt, it is so awesome because it has Meowth, Skitty. There's other cat-like Pokemon featured on the shirt, which I think is really cute. And just the way it's like monochromatic with a splash of red is really neat. So check it out. Spend your money on Pokemon Center stuff so I don't have to, because I'm just
right?
It's bad. No, well, all right, let's talk about this Joltik gallery figure. So
let's not.
No, I know it's
so
bad.
Cool.
Dude, it's bad. So I've done well at staying away from the bug of needing to own all of these things, because like Amiibo, if I bought one, I need all of them. That's just my personality, and it's bad. And if you're a Pokemon fan, you know how bad this could be. Looking at this, it's like, all right, I think I need to clear my shelves and make room for all these figures because I need them all, because this is such an amazing looking figure. It's like, it's Joltik in midair performing an electro web attack, and the attack is like, it looks like it's in motion. It's so cool. It's so well done.
Yeah, honestly, I can't tell you that I'd open this. I would leave it in the box.
No, you gotta open it. You gotta free it from its plastic prison and enjoy,
I don't know.
And enjoy it. No, but it is really cool, and they've I've always loved this series. I love these series of figures. The Magikarp one is amazing. The Mew one is amazing. They're all really cool. But this Joltik one, Joltik may not be on my list of, Pokemon I would consider like saying, hey, I want to buy something from, but just the pose and the action of this piece is really well done. All right, let's get into this episode of the anime. We're going to do something a little bit different here. Since we're not in video format, what we are going to do is a watch-along where Adam and I are going to watch the episode in real time, 22-minute episode, including the intro, and we'll discuss the episode and talk it out as we go, and we'll kind of give you the opportunity, if you're watching on Netflix, we'll kind of sync it up with a 3, 2, 1, so if you want to watch along, you can kind of hit play on your Netflix and listen to the podcast at the same time and watch along in the episode with us. And I think that would be a fun way to interact with the show. So we're just going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back, and we'll get this episode going.
Hey, everyone, we're back.
We are. We're back. That was our first break ever, and it felt great. I feel much more relaxed now. But this is what we're going to do. Queue up your Netflix, get it to 0 seconds on the show, and what we'll do is a countdown, a 3, 2, 1, and hit play, so we can all kind of jam out and watch this episode together. So we're going to start this up. Get ready to click. 3, 2, 1, play. So,
Mewtwo.
Dude, this song is so iconic, right? That if you listen to old cartoons, G.I. Joe or He-Man or something like that, like shows from my childhood, and you hear the theme song, there's something about this, and I guess it's because it's more vocal. I don't get it, man. This song is just so awesome. Like, it doesn't get annoying. I don't know why.
I feel like the editing also, too, makes it really, like, stick to you.
Cause, what's going on in the intro? Exactly.
Like, it's edited perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, if this were modern day, like, editing, like, it fits with the song.
It's Pikachu's. It's everything. Yeah, I guess you're right, man. Like, I expect everything to happen just because I've seen it so many times, But it's so cool, man.
So it's like, gotta catch them all. Like, and he throws the ball. It's.
Hey, look! It's Ash and the party walking. It's like Lord of the Rings. 3 movies of walking. So
look at all these diggers.
Where were they last episode? Weren't they like in more of like a like they came from like Neon Town, which was
Las Vegas,
right? But there was a forest outside of Las Vegas, right? So they went from being able to walk out of Las Vegas into a forest, and then now they're
out of a forest into the Grand Canyon.
So they run into Gary, and I don't know. This is episode 43. I don't remember what episode it was the last time we saw Gary, but it was probably more than a dozen episodes ago. Remember which one was it? I don't know, but he had the cheerleaders. Remember he was in the convertible?
Oh, Diglett.
Diglett. Oh, so that was a while ago. That was a lot of episodes ago. So yeah, that was the Diglett episode. Good call.
Typical Ash.
Well, he's got to be the best. He's got to be the best. Come on. So I really like this part because my son is a huge dinosaur nerd and fossil nerd, and he cracked up so hard during this part, and it's just so well done. And look, we got Jigglypuff now with it's got a new and improved marker.
Hey, wasn't everybody here? They wanted to sing. They want to hear me sing.
Attack of the Prehistoric Pokémon.
And just everybody's digging. This is intense.
And I love how it's like, okay, Indiana Jones. They put Gary in this ridiculous exact Indiana Jones thing, but then he unearths the first fossil. And this is the part I was talking about. My son was cracking up. So he's got this fossil that looks like a seashell almost. And so this inspector, this paleontologist, comes over and looks at it with a magnifying glass.
See, really, it looks like a helix fossil, but,
It does look like a helix fossil. It's poop! That's the best! Dude, my son was rolling. I was laughing hard too. I'm laughing right now. But
this is the third time I've laughed, so
exactly.
It doesn't get old.
I wonder if this great fossil rush is really for real.
Sure it is. What's taking those two
So this is this part here I like because Brock is always that voice that you can tell that he's not a 10-year-old. He always has a little bit more of a mature perspective on things. But we've got Team Rocket messing things up as usual. When they were getting all Brock was getting all deep, and then Meowth had to ruin it.
Well, who are they saying this to themselves?
They're performing for Meowth. But Meowth is like, yeah, right.
He's just like, guys, shut up. Come on. There he is with his crushing hammer.
Well, I like how it is the actual crushing hammer from the TCG. So awesome.
Once we blast Grandpa Canyon to smithereens, we'll be able to scoop
So what's happening now in the episode is Team Rocket is kind of divulging their nefarious plan, which is to lace the entire canyon with dynamite, blow the whole thing up, unearth all the fossils, steal them all, and then they're going to be rich. So, in usual Team Rocket fashion, that's the logical, easy plan. It's to blow up the whole canyon.
Meowth's just got a Zippo lighter, just hey.
It is.
Just lighting this fuse. Watch out.
Alright, so now watching this part of the episode 3 times, I got a laugh during this section. So Meowth had the Zippo so he could light the fuse to the dynamite. And you would think that, okay, maybe the dynamite is, 20 feet away, 30 feet away. But as the episode goes on, this fuse is burning, and it's a quarter-mile long. It's like a quarter-mile fuse, and it goes
They're
down
so far away.
Down a mountain. It's the funniest thing. It is so funny. And they have a Pokemon battle. Arbok is out. It's hilarious that all this stuff is going on, and the fuse is just burning down a mountain. Dude, they really laid this fuse out for half a mile.
And it's perfectly on these slopes.
Yeah, they didn't go straight down the mountain. They actually followed the path, zigzagging,
Yeah, they could have just hung it down,
So, I don't know what this is called, but this is a classic cartoon play. When people are rolling down a mountain and they all get caught up in each other, they just turn into a ball.
Big avalanche?
Yeah, but it's just funny because that's just a homage to the classic Looney Tunes. So
And after landing on each other, Ash sees the fuse just go right past him. Like, what?
Yeah, just stamp it out, dude.
This is the best. Pikachu uses Thunderbolt on the
dynamite. Like that was supposed to prevent it.
Instantly regrets it. Like, no.
Amazing. Detonates the whole thing. Blows up this giant mushroom cloud. Makes a fissure in the canyon. Splits it open. Everyone falls down. There's a huge rock slide, and
none of the rocks land on the inside of that fissure. They all just create a barrier.
They form a perfect roof. But Brock, Misty, and Squirtle end up still up on the ground, and everyone else fell down and is now trapped in this, underground. Oh, actually,
and they didn't even check to see if it was safe. They just jumped in the pile and started, digging out the rocks.
They're in their maternal paternal mode. They're just trying to save people. But Jigglypuff is got his own ideas. They just showed Jigglypuff. He's fantasizing about singing on stage,
and then upset because they took those rocks away and made it smaller.
So this is the canyon that makes no sense. Like, there's a giant hole in the roof that's just like being completely like hippie rock balance artist, held together at the top, and they're just in this giant indoor cave. Well, I guess all
they're
caves
in the center of the earth.
Yeah.
They're in the molten coal.
They're very deep under the ice.
If you hadn't tried to put out that fuse, we never would have fallen down here.
Hey, you were the crooks who planted all that dynamite up there in the first place.
I like this scene here, the way it's animated, because you could really tell how small Ash is compared to Team Rocket. Being a 10-year-old. You kind of forget that when you see him in the episode, because you don't necessarily see him face to face like that. Oh, the roof.
You have an answer to our problem.
Like, if I had seen that roof, like, noticing that, like, there's sunlight coming through and, like, rocks that are, huge boulders that could just fall on me at any given moment, dude, I'd get out of there.
It's like 100 feet up. They fell down. Like, they fell 100 feet to the ground. They're just, like, brushed it off.
See, this is what you see when you look in the woods at night. This is why you don't go in the woods, kids. All these beady red eyes.
Dude, that's scary stuff. Look how scary that looks. So if you remember back, I don't know, it was one of the early episodes, Single Digits, when they came across, it was Professor Oak's friend in the mansion, and didn't he have a Kabuto costume on? One of the really early episodes? I think so. He was wearing a Kabuto costume. But now we see a whole bunch more fossil Pokemon, which is really neat. You see Kabuto and Kabutops and Omastar, Omanyte. Kabutops looks awesome.
We'll open a prehistoric Pokemon park that'll be bigger than Pokémon.
So Team Rocket is all excited. Yeah, they think that this is going to be their meal ticket because these are like ultra rare Pokemon.
Any opportunity to make a buck.
Yeah, man, they're focused.
And Ash is like, they don't seem happy. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, they all have like bloodshot eyes, like they're like
they're
really
like, we were
intense.
supposed to be sleeping for another 100 years. Come on.
That's it. The dynamite must have woken them up after thousands of years.
Some alarm clock.
Never mind. Let's just.
I don't know the actual Poke science behind it, but James says they must have been sleeping for 2,000 years. Like, I wonder how old these fossil Pokemon are in the actual canon timeline of the Pokemon universe. Like, how far back does it go? Like, that's some good trivia.
I mean, those are prehistoric Pokemon, so before.
So this is an interesting choice from Ash. So, he wants to pretty much just bring out an offensive Pokemon to stop Team Rocket, and like he brings out Charmeleon that he knows he's had problems with before, and he's not going to listen to him. Didn't listen to him then. Why would he listen to him now? He pulls out Charmeleon and he gets embarrassed. Like Charmeleon's just like, yeah, right, whatever, and totally ignores him and lets Ash, along with Team Rocket, get chased down by these fossil Pokemon. It's messed up, Charmeleon.
Jeez, and this like still like I just blows my mind is like Kabutops' like scythes are so like sharp. They're just cutting through like rock and stuff.
But they got to punch Ash. Can't cut him up.
Go, Geodude!
My boy.
Your boy Geodude, where's Onyx?
Move this pile of
I know.
rocks.
The first time Adam saw this episode, he's like, they got to move rocks. Geodude's, this little thing moving one rock at a time. He's like, why don't you just bring Onyx and just trash the place? Just dig through it all
Just
one
dig
shot.
straight through. I don't care who's down there.
You still owe me a new
Look how efficient Misty is at throwing the rocks. Who needs Onyx?
I know, do you even lift?
So, Melissa, co-host of the Lured Up podcast, and my wife, is slowly but surely becoming obsessed with coughing and wheezing, and it's getting crazy. Anytime she sees like anything with coughing or wheezing, she flips out. And now it's making me like coughing and wheezing so much more. And every time I see wheezing in the anime, he's getting his butt whipped. It's so funny. Look at Charmeleon's booger.
Snot bubble.
Yeah, dude, look how tough those Kabutops look with those blades.
And they were literally 2 seconds away from cutting Ash's in half.
Yep.
And he was just standing there like, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna die with pride with my Pikachu. Pikachu pride.
We're alive.
It's a miracle we're alive.
Yeah. It's so great when they're so scared. Dude, I'm sorry, but Aerodactyl... Oh, dude, it's... So an Aerodactyl comes flying in and, like, with the top of its foot as it's flying by Charmeleon, just kind of, like, bips him right in the head and knocks him off his little perch. But, I'm sorry, man. As tough and mean as Aerodactyl should look, to me, he looks just so derpy just because of the shape of his face. It's so funny.
That must be why the others ran away. I hope it don't like cat food.
I remember when Fossil Set first came out, and that was like the card to have.
Oh,
that was
yeah,
the
definitely.
pre-release card.
Yep. See, it's like, all right, in this scene it looks cool because it's like straight on. But all right, so this is a cool start of a little rivalry through this episode. So Charmeleon looks like he's ready here, but again, dude, he gets wrecked. Aerodactyl's no
Face
joke.
to foot style. How'd you like it?
He's like, no, I blocked your foot with my face. So this is a cool part because I love how, obviously you have the undying loyalty of Pikachu, right? But Charmeleon even goes along for the ride here and grabs onto the Aerodactyl. I mean, obviously they get shrugged off here, but you would think, is Charmeleon doing this for Ash, or is he doing it for himself at this point? Probably for himself.
Like, if I was Ash right now, I'd be like, psh, I'm done for.
Hey, there's Jigglypuff.
Done for.
What it's doing here? I get it.
It's Jiggly Wiggly.
It wants to sing. I'll get Jigglypuff to sing to Aerodactyl.
Great idea.
Jigglypuff, if you help us out now,
So,
we'll listen to your
in
song
this
as much as
scene,
you want.
Jigglypuff's obviously wanted to sing this entire episode, and because it hasn't had an audience, it's been getting all salty. But this is a good opportunity. Misty takes advantage of it and says, "Look, I'm going to get Jigglypuff to sing. This could be what saves us." And then here we have Charmeleon going back and forth.
Temper tantrum turns into evolution.
This is a big deal right here. They kind of just slide this into the episode, but it's like Charmeleon gets all mad and evolves into Charizard and just like goes into straight rage beast mode. It's awesome.
Whoa, Charizard!
And then that music in the background.
Yeah, classic. But you got to think what's going through Ash's mind right now. It's like Charmander barely, listen to me. Charmeleon ain't gonna listen to me. Like, how the heck am I even gonna get Charizard to like acknowledge me?
And Aerodactyl almost bit my face off.
This Charizard is just so awesome.
Charizard, you
Yeah, look how derpy Aerodactyl looks compared to Charizard.
I thought you didn't want me as your trainer.
It's so
Ash,
funny.
I'm gonna cry.
I know, he's like a crying moment. He's just being ragdolled around in midair by Aerodactyl.
Charizard's like, I don't see who you are.
Well, Clearly he
your
doesn't.
face.
Yeah, clearly he doesn't care if he gets burned because it just lets him have it.
Battle Aerodactyl.
Pretty soon, Ash is going to be too overcooked for Aerodactyl to eat.
Please, Jigglypuff, sing us your slumber song.
So now Misty is pleading with Jigglypuff to actually sing, and this is the funny part. You got to remember, Ash is flying, a couple 100 feet up in the air over a canyon, and they're trying to put Aerodactyl to sleep. Like, what's their exit plan here?
Hey, stay away.
How are they going to get him out of there?
This shouldn't end well.
Huh?
Ash immediately passes out. Charizard's flying with it's like fingernails in its ears.
Trying to keep it awake, but it doesn't make sense because like Team Rocket had earplugs in, and that didn't stop.
Look, I think
Jigglypuff's song.
I think you're trying to apply too much logic to it, but
I'm always going to apply logic.
in the last episode, Team Rocket had earplugs, actual earplugs, and that still didn't prevent them from falling asleep. And we even discussed it. We were like, this could be something that's more than just the audio. There's something cosmic in the air, that actually makes the people pass out. But Aerodactyl drops Ash. Charizard, because it had its fingers in its ears, did not fall asleep and is able to swoop down and catch Ash mid-fall.
Ash rolls onto a red egg.
Oh, yeah.
All those triangles are red. Calling it. That's not the real Togepi. It's supposed to be a different egg.
So Jigglypuff puts everybody to sleep, gets all mad about it, and, you know what happens next. It's just...
Now there's blue.
It's just marker all over the place.
Some of you are claiming that you
But yeah, Ash is now rolled over and hugging and spooning with Togepi.
Let me assure you it was only a dream caused by Jigglypuff's song. I must also announce that due to the danger of further cave collapses, no
So,
more digging will be
I don't
permitted.
care how ridiculous this scene is with Officer Jenny kind of standing up on a rock saying that none of this actually happened. It was all part of Jigglypuff's, dream sequence. Put you to sleep and you imagined all of this. And everyone's just like, all right, never mind that my face is all drawn on. Such a weird ending.
Where'd Jigglypuff go?
Were you hoping for an encore?
Well, at least it deserved to take a bow. Jigglypuff and Charizard really saved the day this time.
That Aerodactyl is one of a kind. It's too bad you couldn't capture it, Ash.
But I think Aerodactyl and the others would be happier just going back to sleep.
So what happened to
Hey,
Aerodactyl?
I almost forgot.
Huh?
It just fell down through the hole.
I know, but they just left
You
it
sure
there?
it's all right for you to just take that?
What do you mean? Do you think I should have left it
So
with
now
Joy?
Ash is showing off the fact that,
Okay,
when
Ash, I'll
Charizard
raise it for you.
brought him
I
to
can
safety,
raise
he
it
just kind of
myself.
stumbled
You would've
upon
dropped
this
it
egg.
and broken it anyway.
I would not.
And he was like, "You think
Don't
it's okay to
worry,
just
I'll
take it?"
Yeah, and Brock's like, dude, where'd you get that? What are you talking about?
First.
And so our heroes leave Grandpa.
But he kind of hands it over to Brock, and,
Place of the ancient
obviously this is right up
Pokemon
Brock's
with a
alley
souvenir.
of raising a Pokemon or
Maybe they should've
raising
just bought the
whatever's
t-shirts.
inside the egg, and
Meanwhile,
it's
another group
it
of
ends
heroes
like
is
that.
still
But of course, the cut
enjoying
back
the
to Team
sights.
Rocket, that's still down in the canyon. Oh yeah, there's Aerodactyl.
We don't want to be extinct too.
You're gonna wake it up.
So Team Rocket's trapped in the bottom of the canyon, along with all the fossil Pokemon and Aerodactyl, just in a little cave, and they're terrified. And Finn.
Until next time.
All right, that's it. So that's the episode, man. What did you think of the episode at large?
There was a lot that happened.
Right, like they kind of snuck in the Charizard evolution on us. I was not expecting that.
They threw that. They threw 43 episodes in. They're like, "Hey, Generation 2, be ready for it."
Exactly right.
I liked it. It was good.
Yeah. So that
Lots of ups, lots of downs, lots
Yeah.
of laughs.
well, it's we're now 9 episodes away from the finale of the Indigo League. I don't know how they're going to tie things up. Like, how much do they actually tie up by episode 52? I just don't know. I'm very anxious. I'm very anxious to see where they go with this, because it just doesn't seem like there's enough episodes left for them to get back on track with the league and make anything out of it. But I don't remember. Maybe they go into the second season. I don't know. But we're getting down to the nitty gritty, man. Only single digit amount of episodes left.
Well, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, totally. All right, so we end every episode with ripping open a pack of TCG cards and hoping for the best. And I got a pack here of Ultra Prism. I think you have Ultra Prism, right?
Yes.
All right, so let's look at these cards. We'll see what we get. If we get anything good, we'll put it up on social media tomorrow. So when this podcast releases, if you're listening, you'll be able to jump over to social media and check out what we pulled on the show. I'm going to go first here. I've got my cards ready to go. I've got Cosmion, Bronzong, Fire Memory Trainer, Carnivine, Shinx, Passimian, Hippopotas, Bunnyary, a Type Null Reverse, and my rare is Xurkitree GX Full Art. Yes.
Ooh.
Fantastic.
That is sweet.
Awesome. If you want to check this card out, check out Instagram.com/GottaWatchEmAll tomorrow. I'm going to take a picture of this right now and get this up for all to see. So definitely check out the Instagram. Adam, your turn. Let's see what you got.
I did not come prepared, so I have to rip this thing open real quick. So bear with me.
It's good. It's good for the ears. Actually, it's such a satisfying sound. It's like ASMR. I could listen to pack openings for hours.
Oh gosh. I did the pack trick,
did
but
you
like
see
I
something?
felt it.
Did you see something?
Oh
no.
No, I didn't see anything.
Okay.
I felt it. I felt it.
Oh, that's even better if you felt it.
I felt it. So Weasel, Magnemite, Execute, Shinx, Passimian, Drifloon, Oranguru, Magneton. My reverse is a Yanmega. Oh, I think it's a hyper. It's a hyper rare.
No.
I'm going really slow. A Dialga GX hyper rare.
Get out of here.
Oh my goodness.
Get out of here.
I don't have that. That's so exciting.
No way. That is so awesome.
Oh man, I need to put this in a sleeve.
Dude, we got good pulls, man. That's awesome. That doesn't happen a lot. That doesn't happen a lot. That doesn't happen a lot.
Like ever.
That is so awesome. Definitely check out Instagram.com/GottaWatchEmAll to check out photos of these cards. We'll definitely get them up there. That's awesome. I'm so psyched. Good cards. That's a show, man. That's going to wrap everything up. Thanks so much for listening, everybody. We really appreciate it. We hope you like the new format, and maybe get a couple episodes in and of trying this format out. And we'd love it if you were to try the watch along with us. I think that might be fun. Check out GottaWatchEmAll.com for everything that we do. I update it every Friday. You can get links to all of our latest shows, our latest content. Adam's been putting out some Pokemon Go vlogs, and we have both of our podcasts getting pushed up there as well. So definitely check out our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Leave us a review on iTunes. We would really appreciate it. And thank you so much for checking us out. We'll see everyone next week. Adam, where can they find you online?
You can find me at Phoenix Backflip Fire on Twitters and Instagram.
Oh, and Instagram. I'm Proud Gamer Tweet. We are at Gotta Watch 'Em All. Thanks, everyone. We'll see everyone next week. Peace. Bye. Later.
Ciao.